Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is Cold Steel 2. We are in Kelvik and today is a bonding event day. Cause you've already noticed it in the last bit of the last episode that we did 2 bonding events, but we still got plenty left to do. A bit to watch and a few to pick, and I'm thinking I will stick with my guns on what I want. There are like 2 characters that I feel are necessary because we haven't done a lot with them, and of course Alyssa, and then 2 maybe that would be very useful for combat, which is Laura and Fee, because if those are very high and we are linking with them in combat, we know it would be useful for us, so we're gonna pick with that. So next up, Gaius, Sarah, and then Machias, Alfina, and Uses. And after that we can reload and pick the ones we want. So let's strap in and look at all the events. Oh, just look at that windmill over in distance. Amazing, aren't they? I wonder what led people to think of harnessing the wind's blessing like that. Well, perhaps the wind's reason this market's merchants are as resilient as they are. Well, Gaius seemed particularly interested in Kelvik's windmills. Yes. Now that you mention it, Machias, Elliot and Fee were hiding out in the windmill on the highway for a while. We could go and ask the farmer who knows it to let us take a look around if you'd like. I can't think of anything I'd like to do more. What are we waiting for? Let's get going. Of course. He's gonna bring that technology back to the north. They went to find Machias, who in turn introduced them to the farmer who owned the windmill. And once they had this blessing, they headed out into East Kelvik Highway. That's the one they were hiding in during their time here. Huh? That's odd. Well, the windmill has stopped. Yeah, maybe something happened? We should go let the farmers know about it. Maybe a part broke? Or there is just no wind? It seems to be a problem brought on by aging. You see that rust on the cork up there? That's stopping the blades from turning properly. I see. Is it difficult to fix? Not at all. All that needs doing is replacing the cork and it is good as new. As it happens, I have spares here just for times like these, so we don't even need to go anywhere to get them. Oh no, I just realized I took the stepladder that was here back to the farmhouse. I'm not going to be able to reach that cork without it. I'd have to go back home and get it. No, that won't be necessary. Rean and I could reach it if we work together, I think. Huh? Whoa, yeah, this is pretty high, alright. You would think you can reach it? Pretty sure, yeah. Just, you know, don't drop me. I think I can manage that. To be young again. Here you go. This here is the replacement cork. The blades should start turning again once that's in. Apparently not too hard to do. It's working! Sounds like the turbines are blowing with the wind again. That would taken a lot longer if not for your help. Thank you kindly. Let me treat you to some freshly baked bread for trouble. It was made with the rye that was grounded right here in this mill. Are you sure? Thank you very much. That was delicious. Yet another one of the wind's blessings. Having the opportunity to see the windmill up close was a pleasure too. Thanks for showing me, Rean. I owe you one. Likewise. This windmill kinda reminds me of you, you know. Really? How so? Well, a windmill stands tall and dignified, always in tune with the wind. There's also the fact that they provide for us in inconspicuous ways. Kind of like you, Gaius. I guess I'm just realizing how reliable you are all over again. Thanks. I'm flattered, really. I'll do what I can to live up to that image. We can't rely on you all the time, though. That's too much of a burden for one person, so let's do what we can together. Yeah, as classmates, friends, warriors. Definitely warriors. After observing the windmill for a while longer, they returned to town. Your bonds with Gaia strengthened. Anger from Gaia, really? It's a lovely skill though, but still. Alright, let's go to the next one. Well, with the provincial army routed, peace has finally returned to this town. It may only be temporary, but for now, that is something worthy of celebrating. He looks incredibly uncomfortable to be here. Not that I can blame him. Hey, Eustace, what do you say we walk around the market for a bit? Should be pretty fun, since they're finally getting it back together. What brought this on? Who cares? Come on, let's go. Yeah, a team leader should always notice if something's going on with his team members and try to ease their feelings. With that, Rean dragged the reluctant Eustace to the Grand Market. First time I've been to Celtic Grand Market. Huh? Really? Well, that's a surprise. I thought, I guess you never had the chance to come here during any of our field studies. While I may be part of Cruzen Province, I rarely visited Celtic itself. In fact, I hardly left Bereahart area before entering Thors. Well, that's all the more reason to make the most of our time here, right? Kind of a shame it's not nearly as bustling as it was the last time we were here. Maybe I should head back to the Courageous after. Alright lads. How's it keeping? Oh, it's Becky's dad. How are you, sir? It's been a while. I heard you lot did some real work over at Twin Dragon Bridge. We actually got some nice fresh apples this morning. So here, fancy a wee try? Nay worries either, it's on me. Think of it as celebrating Celtic's freedom. Well, if you're offering, thanks. How exactly does one eat this? Just take a bite into it. This is fresh too, so it'll taste better than the store-bought kind. You were right. The juiciness enhances its flavor as well. Good to hear, good to hear. And just to be sure, you're Duke Albarea's son, right? You knew? Nah, no need to panic, wee man. I've just heard rumors about you and your bro is all. They say the youngest brother's a bit unfriendly, but always kind to wee kids and the like. Then there's the eldest brother, who's so skilled he's one of the reasons the Noble Alliance has been doing so well in the war. That is certainly true. Well, I cannot deny that most of us at the Grand Market aren't exactly fond of Duke Albarea. But at the same time, I'm no nearly silly enough to hold some grudge against you just cause you're his son. Pretty sure the same applies to everyone else too. It's a relief to hear you say that. Thank you so much. Nah bother. I hate to see him not have a good time here is all. I certainly wasn't expecting that. After everything that's happened here because of my father's influence, I had thought to hang my head low, but who would have thought I'd be accepted so readily? Well, it's not all that complicated, you know. In the end, you're only tied to the Duke is through your blood, right? So just be yourself, Eustace. Be proud of who you are, like you usually are. I really haven't been myself recently, have I? Not if you're giving me pep talks like these, you're right, Rean. I should take this time to prepare for future outings rather than waste it worrying over nothing. Good to hear. Yeah, because we know he feels responsible for his family's actions, but the most important action that he can do is what he does and how he represents itself to the people outwards. And the people of Celtic can see he is a good person, I'm sure. With all the provincial army has done, I wouldn't blame the people of Celtic for hating me. What a surprise to see that such is not the case. I wish I could show this to my father and my brother. I can totally understand why. Because if they can see a better way, then maybe they would come around. Let's see, where were they? Ah, yes. Over at the managers. Oh, you're in your school uniform. What's the occasion? Oh, I wanted to come along to give my regards to the market manager, so I'm using this as my secret disguise. Putting this on reminds me of back when we first met at St. Estrellas. Same here, it really suits you. Though, just seeing it, I can't help but wonder if Elise is alright. I have a question, Rean. Oh? What's on your mind? Oh, second thought, never mind. Should I ask her what's up? Yes, you definitely should. If there's something on your mind, you can tell me, Your Highness, it's okay. I'll do whatever I can to help. Really? Well, to tell the truth, I've never had the chance to really get a good up-close look at Celtic's Grand Market. I thought I'd take this chance to do it, but... Is that what it is? She's in her school uniform, so I guess she could get away with it. No problem. I'd be glad to guide you around then. You would? Oh well, far be it from me to decline such a gentlemanly offer. And gentlemen we will be. Once she had finished her business, Rean and Princess Alfin made their way to the Grand Market together. Ah, so this is the fabled Grand Market. It's so lively. I imagine it must have been livelier before the war, but it's still rather impressive if I do say so myself. I think that's all because of the merchants here. They work really hard to keep things going. I can certainly believe that. Merchants are known for being nothing if not passionate. Oh my, there's a delightful smell coming from that stall. Let's go take a look. Looks like she's having fun. I don't think she had many chances to relax in a while, so I have to make sure she gets the most of her time here. Everything here is so delicious. I even had the pleasure of seeing the excellent workmanship of Barrehart's craftsmen. It's just a shame I couldn't try out the much renowned Celtic beer too. You've got a couple of years to go before you start thinking about that. I was joking, of course. I didn't notice a lack of merchandise from Western Erebonia, however. I suppose that's to be expected with the rail restrictions. Still, it's a bit of a shame. Yeah, it'll probably stay that way until the war comes to an end. I'm actually surprised you noticed. Well, I am a member of the Imperial family. Oh, Rean, let's check over there too. When is this damn war gonna end? Sure, the provincial army's gone, but we're gonna be struggling to make ends meet so long as this fighting continues. You gotta wonder what the Imperial family is doing at a time like this. I haven't even heard one word about Prince Cedric, let alone Prince Oliver, ever since this all started. Oh. Well, word has it that His Majesty is safely tucked away in Heimdallr at least. Ah, don't we nobles have control over Heimdallr though? So much for royalty, I guess. Doesn't mean much if you can't have any influence over a situation like this. Sorry, Your Highness. Whoa there, you might want to take those words back. Apparently, Princess Alfin's behind the Crimson Wings. They chased the provincial army from the Twin Dragon Bridge. Huh? For real? The Imperial family is probably doing what they can. Just because you don't hear about it, doesn't mean it isn't happening. That's why we gotta believe in him and make sure the Grand Mark is ready for when everything's back to normal. Well, I'm fine so as long as the war ends, really. Right, I gotta head back. Catch you later. He stood up for them. That's beautiful. Are you alright, Your Highness? Yes, thank you. It's no surprise that there are people who aren't happy with us right now. The fact that our efforts at the Twin Dragon Bridge alone were recognized is more than enough for me. That's very kind of you to say. I'm certain that what we're doing right now isn't in vain. That's right. That's why we need to keep doing what we can. I don't want to let Father and Cedric down, and Oliver is expecting so much from us that I'd hate to disappoint him. Exactly. Just don't forget that you're not alone in this. Thank you. Hey, aren't you one of those kids from that military academy? Holy cow, are you Princess Alfin? Oh crap, this isn't good. While it's flattering that you'd mistake me for Her Majesty, I'm afraid you have the wrong person. Isn't that so, Rean? Yes, that's right. She's actually my little sister, you see? Oh, I didn't know you had one. Gotta say, you don't really look all that alike. Well, we are related by blood. Of course, there are some benefits to that. We can get married for one. You what? Your Highness. But though, that's just so frigid. Oh, did you know he only visited me at school once in a blue moon? Have you ever known a brother this cruel? I guess it's good to get along so well? Yeah, we sure do. She loves to tease, doesn't she? Whenever she has a chance. Phew, looks like we managed to avoid outing you there. You definitely overdid it though. Oh, not at all. I was simply speaking from the heart. At least it's hard. Do try to visit her more often once this is all over. I'll do what I can. First, we need to rescue her. With a trip to the market over, a mildly flustered Rean escorted Princess Alfin back to the Courageous. Is she at some point officially gonna join our team? That's why we see an actual link bar? Or is that still like residual from the one time she joined us? I wonder. Alright. I think Makias and Sarah left? Yeah. My orbital shotgun is in need of some maintenance, so I finally decided to bite the bullet and have someone take a look at it. I'll be staying right here until I get it back. But once I do, I want to go out and thank some people. After everything the townsfolk did for us by letting us hide out here, I want them to know their kindness wasn't taken for granted. Then why does he need his gun? He could just go around town while they are working on it, right? Well, he's right. We really do owe them. Maybe I should join him. Do you mind if I join you? These people did so much for us that I think they really deserve our thanks. Happy to have the company. They waited for maintenance to be finished on Maki's shotgun, and then hit the town to start thanking people. Hello, Makias, and to your friend too. Thank you for feeding Lulu the other day. It's fine. I should do the same for the cats that live around my home. That aside, I hope you're not still bullying Susie, Jake. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. Who cares about that though? Come play with us, Spexter. Spexter? How many times do I need to tell you to have some respect for your elders? Despite the teasing, he seems to get along with them fairly well. He does. He knows how to handle children. Oh, honestly, you kids don't know how worried I was when you never came back from the Twin Dragon Bridge. Thank goodness you're unharmed. Oh, sorry. We really should have gotten in contact with you sooner. Well, we still can't thank you enough for providing us with the food and drinks while we were here. We'll be sure to pay you back in full one day. Oh, do not worry about that. You just focus on what you need to do for now. I'm sure things will be tougher from here on out after all. What? You want to thank me? Hey, no need for that. If you really want to though, buy a newspaper. Or maybe 10. I'll get back to you on that. He never stops trying to win a sale, does he? Nope, he's a proper salesperson already. There's no need for you to thank us. In fact, we're the ones who should be thanking you after all you've done. No, not at all. Class 7 may never have been reunited if not for the help of everyone here. We hardly did anything of note. You're all students of my good friend Van Dyke too, so it was only natural. I look forward to seeing how much you grow by the time this war comes to an end. Thank you, sir. We won't let you down. Well, that should be everyone, I think. I have to admit, I wasn't expecting them all to cheer me on like that. Well, that just goes to show how meaningful the time you spent here was. They all seem pretty happy about being freed from the Noble Alliance too. Well, it's a bit too early to be celebrating. They could come back at any moment. Still, going around and talking to the townsfolk has helped me better see that Celtic's free for now. I think I'm starting to see the power we have to help change things here in Erebonia for the better. Yeah, definitely. This is only the start though. It's up to us to set the heights we achieve. And I won't forget it. Your bond with Magias has strengthened. Rean and Magias reached level 4. Also anger? Where do we have so many angry people in our class, really? I think it did me good to see everyone again and finally thank them properly. But I don't feel as though we've repaid them yet. We'll have to keep on fighting until we do. Yeah, I think you did good by thanking everyone around town, Magias. If I didn't need these bonding points for something else, I would have definitely let you take it. Alright, last one of the set. Celtics really know how to brew a good damn beer. I should have known I'd find you here. Still, hard to argue that she hasn't earned it this time anyway. She seemed preoccupied the whole time we were at the Trindwagon Bridge too. What's with that stare? Oh, nothing much. Just be careful you don't end up getting so smashed you end up getting left behind here, okay? Oh, don't worry. I'm an instructor. I'd never be caught dead unaware. And besides, I have years of practice. Oh, maybe I should haul a few barrels of beer aboard for when I need a little pick-me-up. Proposal denied. We're a student-run airship. You can't just haul kegs of booze on board. Ah, what a killjoy. Maybe I should stay for her a bit? I'm a little concerned about her. Well, just in case, I think I'm gonna stay with you for a little while. I'm afraid to say I wouldn't put it past you to drink yourself under the table and somehow get left behind here. Ah, come on, you could at least rummage up a little good faith in your instructor. Oh well, I can't say I mind having some company. Margot, a mug of your best lager for my A tea would be fantastic, thanks. One of these days we're gonna drink a beer with her. I promise. Maybe when the war is over? Ah, yes, boy, that hits the spot. Beer me again, Margot. Already? Aren't you stocking those kind of fast? No problem. One quick snooze to the counter. The booze is all I need. And don't worry, Rean. She's a relatively harmless drunk. She'll drink away, have some fun, pass out for a while, and then wake up in tip-top shape. That's why most people tend to let her drink as she pleases. I've never seen her cause that much trouble while drunk, actually. Glad to be all on board with me drinking then. Hey. Oh, sorry, but we're all out. Say it ain't so. It's hard to get a steady supply nowadays thanks to that sad state of the Grand Market. We went all out today as well since it's a special occasion, but I'm afraid yours was the last one. You might be able to get your hands on some if you head over to the Grand Market though. Oh baby, fortune's on my side after all. Hey Rean, I've got a little job for you. Join me in my quest to acquire booze. Allow me to respectfully decline. Aww, you're really gonna make me drunk carry stuff on their own. Pretty please, with a cherry on top. Keep our seats, Margot. We'll be right back. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have said anything. Ah, well, buy a barrel or two and I'll pay you for it later. Ah, Roger. Wait, we're really doing this? Despite Rean's objections, he was dragged to the Grand Market against his will. After finding and buying some barrels of Celtic special brew, the poor boy was then asked politely to carry them all the way back. Are these filled with concrete or something? Ah, come on, man up already. We gotta hurry so I can get back to drinking. Sorry, but I need a minute to catch my breath. Whew, your love for alcohol never ceased to amaze. Master Kafai and Dad are the same way, but they're older. I don't think alcoholism is as common in people as young as you. Oh hey, you really know how to flatter a lady, mister? I'm kind of surprised I came to like it this much myself, actually. I only ever got this way because I was copying someone else at first. Oh? Would you mind if I ask who you were copying? A certain gentleman who I owe a fair amount. He's the type of person who'd fit right in at an empty bar, swirling his bourbon oh so tenderly. I couldn't help but look up that image, which is how it all started. Whoops, it's probably just a conversation to be having with one of my students, huh? Just try to forget I said anything. It's just nothing that important anyway. Well, it's not often I get to hear you talk about these things. I have to ask though, is this where your fondness for classy gentlemen originated from? Who knows? I'll let you figure that one out. That's basically a yes. More importantly though, get back to carrying. I can feel myself sobering up right here. Aw, on it, fair madam. After carrying the barrels back, Rean was forced to bear witness to yet another intense drinking session. Yeah, that was a nice one. Ah, there's nothing quite like an ice-cold beer after exercising. What I wouldn't give for a stock of this stuff on the courageous. You're not filling up our hold with kegs, and that's final. Ah, come on, I was joking. Mostly. Yeah. I know a joke when I hear one, and to be honest, lady, that was no joke. Alright, so that's all the bonding events viewed. All that's left for us to do right now is to reload and pick the ones that we want to pick. Alright, let's reload. Alright, right back where we started. But with the difference that now we get to watch all the bonding events that we want to pick for today. So let's start with Emma, and why she's so solemnly alone here in the corner. Planning on hitting the town, Emma? Oh, hello, Rean. Something like that. I was gonna take a little walk over to Lunaria Nature Park. Oh? This wouldn't have anything to do with Celine and I sensing the higher elements last time we were there, would it? Yes, actually. She told me all about it. I thought it might be a good idea for me to take a look around for myself. It shouldn't be too much trouble for me. The monsters around there aren't especially challenging. It might be a good idea for me to tag along with her anyway. Yes, let's go. I'm more than confident you'll be able to take care of yourself, but would you be opposed to some company? I'd like to see how the park is doing myself. By all means, I'd be happy to have your company. Well then, shall we? We shall. Together, Rean and Emma stepped out onto the highway and walked to the park. Something certainly is out of balance here, and I can sense the presence of the higher elements as well. Fortunately, their effect seems to be limited to within the park itself. You don't think that there could be a cryptid here like Lohengrin Castle, do you? Well, I don't sense one now. The higher elements are only present in the park itself, so I think they're here as a result of the chaos in Erebonia. particularly because this area is so close to a spirit vein. But I can't offer any guarantees that the surrounding area won't be affected in the future though. Emma? I'm sorry. I was wondering if I might be able to calm things down a little. Well, I think I'll try at least. Please, step away. O spirit vein, calm the chaos of this land by the guidance of my mana. Any luck? No, unfortunately not. As I feared, my power simply isn't enough to quell a disturbance of this magnitude, and Celine's assistance wouldn't help me do any better. Oh, well, at least you tried. Is something wrong? Well, I was just thinking, I bet Vita would be able to do it. With the amount of power she has, she'd be able to handle something like this without even trying. Oh, right. I've always been following behind her, desperately trying to catch up. I've always admired the incredible talent she has as a witch. No, admiration isn't quite it. The truth is, I've always had an inferiority complex when it comes to her. I'm always comparing myself to her, always reminded of how lacking I am in comparison. Oh, I'm sorry. You've ended up with a weak witch like me instead of a competent one like her. If only I were stronger. As I am, there's no way that I'll ever be able to catch up to her. You keep saying always, Emma. No one's born with the ability to do everything perfectly from the start. Just like with my swordsmanship, there's always going to be someone who has more experience. So rather than beat yourself up for not matching up, you should take it one step at a time instead. One step at a time? Yeah, and we'll all be there doing the same thing with you. And gradually, bit by bit, we'll all become more experienced and skilled at what we do. It's not something you can do overnight, but one day you'll be able to catch up with her. I suppose you're right. All we can do for now is focus on the task at hand and hope that will get us closer. I think I was just being a little impatient and frustrated, so don't mind me. Oh, I don't mind at all, really. We all get that way sometimes. Anyway, we've come all this way to the park. Want to walk around and relax some? That sounds lovely. Yeah, that definitely cheered her up. Yeah, if one thing Rean knows best, that's how to hold a speech. Rean and Emma then enjoyed some quality time relaxing and admiring the area around Lunaria Park before eventually returning to Celtic. Yes, get me closer to level 4. Thank you for the encouraging words, Rean. I think you're right too. All we can do is take things one step at a time and hope that doing so will eventually lead us to our goal. The more impatient I get, the harder it will be for me to keep advancing. Yeah, because we know Rean's right. He is pretty wise, isn't he? And that's not because he's being controlled by me, but just in general. It's not too bad. Alright, let's do 1,000,000 for today, and then do the rest on the next one. Apparently they're gonna hold a Sunday school class right here really soon. They did those in the chapel in Trista too, right? Oh man, this is so cool. What are they like anyway? Yep, every Wait, you've never been to Sunday school? Nope, no siree. Don't feel like I missed out on anything either. Even if hearing about kids getting educated does make me think about the academy all over again. She says she doesn't feel like she missed out by not going to Sunday school, but she sounds kind of interested to me. If you're curious about Sunday school, then why don't we watch one of their lessons together, so you can see what it's like? Are we really allowed to do that? The church is meant to be a place for everyone, so I can't see them kicking us out. Assuming you can stay quiet and not cause too much trouble for anyone, that is. No problem, I'm the queen of quiet. Do you believe it? No one believes for 1 second that you can be quiet long enough, Milliam, but it's okay. At least you'll try. Not long afterwards, the children of Celtic began pouring in. It wasn't a long way before class was in session. Hooray! Here we go! They all look even younger than you, Milliam. Well, I'm a grown-up after all. That's one massive stretch of definition of grown-up you've got there. In fact, you'll probably be in the classes for early teens if you went to Sunday school. Huh? Does anyone know the answer? What's up, Susie? You stuck on such an easy question? If you're so smart, then why did you tell us the answer? Well, I could, but... Oh, I don't want to make you look bad. You tell her, Tran. I cannot count Mira that well. Do you know the answer, Lulu? It's alright, settle down. Perhaps that was a bit too difficult. I know. The answer is 273 Reg. That's correct. But who might you be? Oh, she looks older than us. Milliam, what did I tell you? Hey, what's the problem? I'd normally be going to Sunday school at my age anyway, right? Listen up, kids. I'm actually a student from none other than the amazing Thor's Military Academy. How about I take this chance to teach you all as your substitute teacher? Excuse me? Oh, now that sounds fun. Let's study together. Meow. She's as wild as ever, but I guess she's sort of helping out. Well, she tries in her own way. With the sister usurped, Milliam took up the role of teacher for the day. Rean was worried at first, but surprisingly, she ended up doing a stellar job of helping Sister Olive out. Well, except for the part where she almost gave Rean a stroke when she tried to introduce Erebonia. All in all, the kids had such a fun time with their lesson that Sister Oliver even thanked them afterwards. I wouldn't have minded seeing the entire lesson, definitely. Oh, that was so much fun. Sunday school doesn't seem so bad. Can we go again? Can we? I'm glad you enjoyed it that much. You weren't half bad as a teacher too. You did almost ruin it by bringing Erebonia out at the end though. Well, I probably did so well because of all the time I spent at Thor's. Everything you guys taught me ended up coming in handy. I kinda miss our classes there. So let's do what we can to end this war and get back to school. Yeah, we will. I mean, if you think about it, setting Celtic free was the first step towards that. So let's keep it up, Milliam. Roger. Yeah, that does shows us how committed she is to rescuing Thor's. She really is a part of Class 7, isn't she? Cheer! Yeah, that's better than all those angers we saw. That was pretty fun, but I still like the academy better. I can't wait until we're back there. Neither can we. Alright, so I'm gonna leave it here for this episode today. Next time we're gonna do the remaining 3 bonding events we have left, which is of course Alyssa, Laura and Fee. Like Laura and Fee for the combat potential, and Alyssa because she is our chosen one for the series, definitely. And we want to see where it ends up if we keep focusing on that. So with every bonding event, we'll pick her just to see it and see what happens. And hopefully we won't overshoot her link level too much, because in Cold Steel 1 we pretty much did like 20% overshooting it, but that's okay. But that's gonna be us next time. Until then, I wish you all a great night, morning, day, wherever you are, and if you're still here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and be back next time as we go watch the last few bonding events before heading back to the Courageous. See you then, bye bye.